Hey, how is everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. We got a lot to talk about in today's video. We got three really interesting topics that we're going to be talking about. Tyler Linderbaum, the center from Iowa, he could literally fix all problems we have at center for the next 6 years at least. Cutting Garrett Bradberry, obviously if we would draft him, and possibly a Danielle Hunter trade to the New York Jets. It's been being floated around for the 10th overall pick a little bit. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on all three of these topics right now. Thank you guys so much for the love on the channel recently. It's been a ton of fun to make these videos, talk to you guys. Leave a comment down below. It's the best way for me to sort of gauge how the Vikings community and my community is feeling about this. Tyler Linderbaum, cutting Garrett Bradbury and trading Danielle Hunter. Let's talk about it right now. All right, Tyler Linderbaum, I'm hopefully saying his name correctly, but he is the center from Iowa. And I know what you guys are saying. Why would we take a center in the first round? We already did that once, and it clearly did not go well. Well, there's a huge difference between the center we took and this center from Iowa. The center we took, Garrett Bradberry, who has probably gotten up there as one of my most frustrating Vikings to watch over the past 3 seasons. Just the inconsistencies and just his potential being just untapped. He has untapped potential. That is probably the most frustrating thing for a fan, is to see untapped potential. But anyways, on the Tyler Linderbaum first. This guy isn't going to be a no doubt Pro Bowl, all-pro type of player the minute he walks through the door. He will be our second best offensive lineman the minute he walks in. The minute we draft him at number 12, he will be the second best lineman on our team, and it's not even close. It would go Brian O'Neill, then him. It is automatically, he is the most sure prospect that we have had in this NFL for a while. He is Quentin Nelson coming out of Notre Dame. And I understand everybody, when Quentin Nelson was coming out of Notre Dame, everybody's saying, why would you take an interior offensive lineman that early? You know, if you're going to take an offensive lineman in the first 15 picks, you always try to make it be a tackle. It's always got to be a tackle. You never really want to go center or guard. But if you are going to go center or guard here, you make sure they are a no-doubt hit. And that's what he is. He's 6'3", 300 pounds, and he has this small town to big town story. He's from a little small town, and now he's kind of this top pick in the draft. And he's just a guy who, playing the center position in football, growing up your whole career, if you're a center or you're an offensive lineman, you know you will most likely not go in the first round. Like, just like every football player, you hope to be drafted at least. But you know if you're an offensive lineman, the hill is even steeper for you to get taken as a high pick. And him being from a small town, now he's going to be in a big-time organization no matter where he goes. I just think at the Vikings, I would 100% consider this, which they probably are. But if they, again, we draft him, Remy Martin's getting popped open. I have 3 guys on the Remy Martin popping champagne list. It's Derek Stingley Jr., Sauce Gardner, and now Tyler Linderbaum. 3 players for the Vikings, all going to be 3 hits. If we're going to do this, we would have to cut our center right now, Garrett Bradberry, which I'm trying not to curse his name out too much. But Garrett Bradberry, like I said, the most frustrating Vikings player I've watched over the past 3 years. He just hasn't lived up to who he's supposed to be. You know, they normally say linemen, you give them a year to kind of get their body right, and then you give them the second year to kind of get their mind right when it comes to the NFL. It's just kind of been a saying that's been thrown around. And then the third year, if you are a first-round pick for a lineman, that's normally when you see it jacked up all the way. They always say tight ends, when they go into year 2, that's when you see them flip the switch, and centers and interior offensive linemen going into year 3, that's normally when you see the switch. The prime is years 3 to 5 for interior offensive linemen, and we're sitting in Garrett Bradberry's prime, and he still gets tossed around. I mean, Kenny Clark, Akeem Hicks, they're also known as Garrett Bradberry's fathers. I mean, they literally make him look like a rag doll. The fact that we had to go get Mason Cole thinking he would solve some of our problems kind of speaks to how bad Bradberry was and just how little faith a coaching staff had in him. I think it's time to move on. He's a good guy. I hate talking bad about guys like this because he's obviously a good person to person. I would never say this to his face because Bradberry could throw me through a wall. But I just think it's time to move on. And if you have a chance to get Linderbaum at 12, you take it. All right, so Danielle Hunter to the New York Jets. I'm shutting this down right away. This has been kind of floated around. So the New York Jets have the 10th overall pick in this year's upcoming draft. And obviously they don't have any sort of edge rusher at all. And so they were thinking, this is kind of on Jets Twitter. It kind of leaked its way in the Vikings Twitter. I'm hopefully going to be the one that shuts this down. The Jets want Danielle Hunter for the 10th overall pick. And my argument for this, if the Vikings were in a rebuild and it was completely like, all right, we're trading Harrison Smith, we're trading Eric Kendricks, we're trading Danielle Hunter, Thielen's getting traded, Cook's getting traded. If we're doing a whole overhaul, yes, obviously I would consider this. But you don't trade Danielle Hunter, your best player, or your second best player on the team, to the Jets for the 10th overall pick. You're not going to get anybody at 10 who is even close to Danielle Hunter. I mean, I hate this because I feel like we live in such a world where we're always victims of the moment, and we always take what we have just most recently saw, and we create some more value towards moments that have just happened. But if we forget Danielle Hunter 2 years ago, this man was the quickest player in NFL history to reach 50 sacks. This is one of the most elite edge rushers. This is one of the most elite run stoppers. Talking about setting an edge with his long arms. Danielle Hunter, I know people are starting to get a little frustrated because we haven't seen him in a while. But this is also due to 3 sacks in week 2 at Arizona this year. This is due to he's got a lot left in the tank. He's a young guy. He's coming off another injury. Give him one more year, and I think we'll have an elite edge that we need. If you watch the Super Bowl or if you watched any game in the playoffs, the teams that win have D linemen, have elite edge rushers. They're damn near the second most important position group behind quarterback. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Tyler Linderbaum cutting Garrett Bradberry. And I would love to see some comments on why you guys would trade Danielle. I'm assuming none of you guys will really float that way. But let me know what you guys think down below. Skol Vikes. See you guys next time.